Young men aren't having sex.
Correct!
So the land navigation wallet came about when I started carrying these 1 by 24,000 debit card sized landnav protractors. And I'd pair that up with my Rate in the Rain, and I'd use the protractor kind of as a bookmark. And sooner or later I realized it's not going to work because they kept falling out, they kept getting loose, and I'd start losing them. So I knew it was a recipe brewing for disaster. So one day while I was at Walmart, I found these credit card sized wallets. And you know, credit card sized landnav protractor, credit card sized wallet, 9 plus 10 equals 21. So I started putting them together, and from there it kind of evolved from this protractor holder to more of as a cheat sheet study guide while in the field. So to get into it, the biggest things that I carry are any protractors that I'll need, and then I carry these range cards. Now on the back of this range card, I carry a list of acronyms that might be useful to remember. Other things that I might carry would be hunting guides for seasonal hunting, so you can keep track and remember what's in season, or if suddenly you wake up and you start hearing gunshots, go in there and you might realize, oh shit, it's the first day of deer season. Other things that I carry that are pretty helpful and useful is moon cycles and moon phases for this year and the next year. This can help you plan out land navigation at night and or just general night operations, knowing how much moonlight percentage you're going to have for upcoming events. The biggest thing that I carry is my cheat sheet guide. This is basically just a conversion of all the mileage. So when you're shooting, when you want to get the distance between 2 points, I use the 0.0 miles section, and then from here I can change the miles to meters pretty accurately. And it also gives you just a little advice for like declination that I forget about all the time. And then on the back, if I didn't want to use the point miles, I can use the a ruler and convert inches to feet to meters. And then I also just wrote a little thing to remember my my pace count there. And then generally, other stuff that I would carry is just stuff to keep morale. There's going to be a lot of downtime. So I think it's a wise thing to carry a lot of things that keep you motivated, whether that's scripture or general quotes or beliefs. But having little note cards written down of like just little things to meditate on or to think about, I think is generally good to carry. Other things you could carry would be things like icons or something like that. But again, that all just fits in with this little landnav protractor wallet thing, and it fits perfectly inside any type of sleeve or pouch that you'd be carrying on your first or second line. And it weighs almost near nothing. It keeps everything very organized, and you can keep a lot of useful tips and tricks in there to keep you refreshed in the field. So okay, we're going to do some examples now of actually using the conversion chart to get your miles to meters pace count. So you take your mileage on your protractor, you would line that up with point A and point B as to where you're going. You can see it's 0.07 miles. So you'd come to your handy conversion chart, you could see 0.7 miles equals 1,127 meters. And if your pace count is in increments of 100 meters, then that'd be 11.27 pace counts, or about 11 and a quarter Ranger beads. So now let's try something a little bit more math oriented. In this example, we're going to line this up, and it's looking about 3.1. So you'd come to your little handy chart. You have 0.31 equals 483 meters, and then 0.01 or point yeah 0.01 meters equals 16 meters. So you would take the what was it? 483 plus 16, 9, 9, 10. So you'd have 500 meters. Pretty lucky there. So you'd have exactly 500 meters and a pace count of 5 ranger beads. Get an example that's a little bit more math oriented. You'd have point A to point B is 0.57 meters, or 0.57 of a mile. So how you would deal with this is, again, coming down to 0.5 equals 805 meters, and then 0.01 miles times 7, so 16 times 7, 42, and then add those together, 5, 6, 7, 10, 9, you'd have a pace count of 917 meters, which would be about 9 pace counts. Sorry if it's a little messy, but that's how you use the conversion chart and the mileage on your protractor to determine distance, and then from distance, your pace count, or how many ranger beads you need to be going. So I'm just going to show you how everything fits inside this shoulder pocket. Again, you have an entire notebook and write in the rain with a pen, and you have your entire land navigation cheat sheet wallet all within that side pocket. I wouldn't recommend putting everything in there, but again, it just shows you how compact and how much you can really put inside that little land nav wallet to give you everything you need. Of course, your Lazada compass and or GPS is going to be somewhere else, but you have basically everything you need besides your compass in one spot on your first line that you're never going to be separated from.